How did you search for a job and what field do you work in? Where do you get your nails done? Can you share the discount parking? Favorite bars that are not touristy? Explain how to find a place. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am on my brand new camera. If you can't tell, the quality is completely different, but that's not what this video is about. So I decided to make a YouTube video to answer all of your questions that you have asked under all of my Miami videos. I tried to answer a lot of them in the comments, but some of them I feel like I have to explain through a video. So here we are. One of the questions I saw was, do you recommend living in Miami without a car? Is it doable other than Brickell? Are there other workable areas to live? You can live here without a car. Do I recommend it? It depends if you work where you live, if you're willing to take public transportation. If you're used to not having a car, it is very manageable to live here without a car. I've had a car my whole life, and since I moved here, I realized I really don't need a car because a lot of things are so close in distance. And not only is there public transportation, there's a Metro Mover. I believe it's free and it goes all around the city. If I find a map, I'll leave it here. But besides that, there is Uber, and Uber is cheap compared to like living in New York. To get an Uber for a few blocks is like 50 bucks, but here it's like $6. So Uber is pretty cheap. And then there's also bikes, city bikes, there's scooters. Other than Brickell, are there other walkable areas to live? I would say Miami Beach is pretty walkable. Downtown, kind of. Definitely Edgewater. Midtown, yes. But it's basically like walkable within their little parts. If you live in Midtown, it's easy to get around in Midtown without a car. But to get from Midtown to Miami Beach, you need a car. Next question, how is it with hurricanes? How do you prepare? Are people given time to evacuate? Last year, I was here for like a mini hurricane and they gave us notice. They told us to take everything off from our balcony. I mean, it depends on the weatherman. If the weatherman tells us, oh, there's a hurricane coming this weekend, you do what you gotta do to prepare. Favorite bars that are not touristy? That's a hard question to answer because I don't go to that many bars too often, but Komodo has a bar at the restaurant. Swan has a bar at the restaurant. There's a bar in Brickell called the Tea Room. It's kind of like a speakeasy, so it's really cool. That one's cool. There's a bunch of bars in Brickell that are really nice. Wynwood, of course, has so many bars, but are there free workouts outside like Miami exercises? There's Muscle Beach that's outdoor, and Muscle Beach also now has another gym that's outdoor and it's free. So you can do that. But if they asked if there's classes, exercises. There's an Instagram called Stay Fit 305 and they always talk about a lot of like the outdoor exercises and events that are going on. So I would recommend following them for updates. Next, have you been to any Dolphins games? I have not been to a Dolphins game yet, but I have been to a Heat game last season and it was amazing. I've never been in that stadium before, and they actually just changed the name to FTX, so it's probably even different now. Range on rent. So supposedly Miami is now the second most expensive place to live in, which is crazy because it was never like that. But for one bedrooms, I've seen them range from like 16, 17 up to like, they can go as much as 3,000, you know, depending on the building you're in. But it just depends on where you live, the building. If you're in a new building, if you're in a high rise, if you're in a building with all these amenities, the rent is gonna be higher compared to maybe like an older building or just a building that doesn't have as many units, not as high rise. Can you share the discount parking? Yes, I'm gonna leave in the description the link to it. As long as your car is registered in Miami, you get the discount parking. And it's things to look for with buildings / safe areas to live. I highly recommend two things. Definitely look at the security and the safety of the building. Most buildings have 24-hour security. Some just lock the doors and you have to have a key fob to get in. So I would look for stuff like that. I would also look for stuff like when you get into the elevator, make sure your building like has the, like you have to use the fob again to get to your floor, or else anyone can just go up to your floor. What are your favorite gyms in Miami? So I just uploaded a full video of all of my favorite gyms. I'm gonna link it up here. And if it doesn't appear, I'll put it down in the description. Favorite running trails. I think I did a video on that too. Best places to run in Miami, right there. Safety factor in Brickell. Okay, is it safe to live in Brickell? So I think Brickell is pretty safe, but again, nowhere in the world is safe. There's always gonna be stuff going on, but I think Brickell is pretty safe because there's a lot of stuff going on in a good way, and it's not as touristy. For the most part, I think Brickell is pretty safe. Favorite beaches. So I love South Beach, and I also love Key Biscayne Beach. It's so nice there. It's calming, it's quiet, it's away from all of the craziness in South Beach, but you will still see some tourists, but it's not like the crazy party beach. If you want something like that, go to Key Biscayne. There's also so many beaches like up the whole coast of Miami and Florida. You can just really explore. Like, I've seen some beaches that don't even feel like South Beach. It feels like you're on another island. Like, I've said that before. I'm not lying. It's true. Where would you recommend going first if you want to experience the real Miami? So, I was talking about this to my friend the other day. I think if you want to experience the real Miami, you should live in Miami Beach or in Brickell. Can you explain how to find a place? It really all comes down to what your priorities are. Do you want a parking garage? Do you want 24-hour security? Do you have a specific location that you want to live in? Are you looking for something that's close to public transportation? Do you want something very safe? Do you want a high rise? Do you want a house? Do you want a balcony? Once you have your priorities, also washer dryer, do you want that in your apartment? Once you have your priorities, and when I say priorities, I would literally make a list from 1 to, let's say, 5 or 10 of the things that you definitely want in your apartment, from most important to least important. Honestly, like, would you rather have a balcony or would you rather have a washer dryer in your apartment? How much in savings would you recommend having before moving down? I would say anywhere between 3 to 6 months of savings of your expenses. So your bills and including what your rent is and spending money saved. God forbid you lose your job or something happens. That's what I would recommend. That's what I was recommended to do. If you don't have that, make sure you're coming down with a stable job. And I think that would be better if you don't have like a bunch of savings. So make sure you know what you're paying in rent, what you're paying in electric, what you're paying in water, your internet, your Wi-Fi, your spending money, your groceries, parking, because parking does add up. Where do you get your nails done? I've gone to Mira Nail Bar recently. When I want tips, I go to Self Care. That's in like mid-beach. How much did you save before moving? It kind of falls under the last question I had. Like I said, about 3 to 6 months in expenses you want to save to be safe, especially if you're moving out here by yourself. Any thoughts on employment? Best to find work before moving or find work once you're out there? What are your thoughts? So I would recommend looking before you move out here for sure. It would be ideal to have a job already set up for you so you don't have to stress about not working, not making money, and you already have a job. But when I was looking for work and looking for a job, a lot of the companies and places, they want you to already be living here. And also once you do move here, you're gonna just come across opportunities if you're setting yourself up for them. If you are around the people who you should be around, if you are around people that you want to work with, if you're networking, physically setting yourself up for opportunity, more jobs will come. Like, since I moved here, I've gotten so many opportunities, and I don't wanna sound cocky. I've gotten more opportunities since I moved here prior to before I moved here, if that makes sense. How did you search for a job and what field do you work in? So before I moved here, I searched on Indeed. I do personal training and life coaching. So I do a bunch of online work as well as private in-person training. And I also coach some group fitness classes. Is Brickell a good area to live in? I think it is, but I've also heard Brickell is probably to be one of the most expensive parts of Miami to live in. I think Brickell is awesome. You can walk to like almost anywhere in Brickell. It's a small community, so you're like run into people that you see pretty often, and I think Brickell's fun. I really like Brickell. This video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this new quality of this camera. I love it so much. I got the Sony ZV-1. It is meant for content creators and vloggers. It has like that built-in stability and the noise reduction from the wind. I can start vlogging more. If you guys have watched any of the vlogs that I have uploaded, I just feel like The quality was so bad because you heard almost everything, but with this camera you won't, and the quality like picture is also much more like clear. Like if I wanted to show you something, it'll just like already, like look at that. It just automatically zooms, focuses. Yeah. These were. If you guys enjoyed this video, do you want to see more Miami videos? I just uploaded like healthy restaurants in Miami. It didn't really get a lot of traction. I was gonna do like my favorite restaurants in Miami, but I don't know, because I don't know if you guys want to see that. But if you do, leave a comment below and let me know. And tomorrow, I'm actually going on a trip to Page, Arizona. So hopefully in a few days after this is uploaded, you will see that vlog. I'm so excited for that. So stay tuned, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Like this video, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram, let's be friends, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon.